Awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a midweek movement snack. I am super excited that you are here joining me today this afternoon. We are going to get moving a little bit, but before we get moving, we are going to briefly take a look at the muscle groups that we are going to be working today, why we're going to be working them. Essentially, why does this matter to you and why should you care and do these things regularly? Of course, here with me, but also kind of on your own time. So, our focus today is going to be lower body. So hamstrings, quads, and a little bit of glutes. So the front and the back side of your leg, as well as your glutes. So this is kind of the perfect time to reset your body and break up a routine of sitting. Post lunch, we're probably hibernating in our chairs a little bit, or maybe you haven't even had lunch and you've been sitting and working all day. This is the perfect time to break that up and think of this session as kind of like a quick reboot. So it's helping you feel a little bit more mobile, more energized, and just a little less achy, hopefully, for the rest of the day and work week. So even just these 15 minutes can really make a difference when it comes to protecting your long-term mobility and comfort while you're here at work. So top three reasons that lower body health is important and the movements that we're doing today are important. The number one thing, in my opinion, especially for a lot of us at the county who sit for work for long periods of time, combating prolonged sitting. So sitting for long periods of time can really weaken your glutes and tighten your hip flexors. So think the front of your thigh, which can lead to poor posture, lower back pain, and stiffness. So when your hip flexors are weak, and the glutes, your lower back tends to do this little tilt. So it tilts forward a little bit and your lower back overcompensates for that. So activating these muscles every now and then, just kind of waking them up can help counteract those effects. Secondly here, lower body movement. These are really big muscles. These are really big muscles that we're working with. Movements that include these muscle groups helps boost blood flow, especially in the lower legs, reducing that risk of sluggishness. It's almost 3 p.m. We have that kind of late afternoon tiredness. Everything's kind of chilling, but just moving a little bit can kind of help reduce that feeling, can also help reduce a little bit of swelling, which again is really important if we're sitting for a long part of our day. And then lastly here, this one is also super important, but this is going to reoccur. You're going to see it reoccurring in these presentations, supporting everyday movement. So strong, active legs and hips are essential for balance, stability, and reducing your risk of strains when doing just everyday casual things like walking up the stairs, lifting boxes, running after your children or your pets. So any type of movement, like especially the ones we're going to be doing today, can really help protect you in the long run. So quick overview before we get moving, just so you know what we're getting into. We are going to do a little bit of a figure 4 stretch to kind of wake up the glutes and the hips. Then we're going to move into some standing exercises. I will provide some modifications if you're not super comfortable with these, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead, stop sharing, and scoot back a little bit. So for our figure 4 stretch, scooting back, we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. Feet are flat on the ground. You can rest your hands just kind of casually on your legs. We're going to go ahead, bring that right ankle up towards our left knee. If you're unable to get the ankle on top of the knee, you can cross it down at the left ankle. So just depending on your flexibility. But once we get that ankle situated, we're going to go ahead, roll the shoulders back, chest is up high. You're going to lean forward nice and slow so your back stays nice and straight. We're going to keep leaning until we feel that stretch towards that right glute hip area. You're going to find a stretch that feels comfortable for you, and we're going to hang out here for just a few seconds. And with any of these movements that we're doing, make sure you're always taking some big, deep breaths. At no point should you be holding your breath for a stretch or exercise. And go ahead, rise it on up. We're going to go ahead and switch legs. So that right leg can go down. We're going to take that left foot, cross it over that right knee. Same thing, chest up high, shoulders down and back. And you're just going to lean the torso forward over that front leg until you feel the stretch in this left hip glute area. And find a comfortable depth for you and just hang out there. And maybe you don't get very far. That's okay too. That just means you got to do these just a little bit more often. Good stuff. We're going to go ahead, rise it on up. We're going to stand up, okay? The chair is going to go off to the side. You can always reference your chair if you need a little bit of extra assistance with your balance. We're going to go ahead, stand up nice and tall. Unfortunately, this very white background is going to wash me out, but it's okay. It's fine. We're going to take a big wide stance. So feet are outside of our shoulders, big wide stance. We're going to lunge into this right leg. So you're just gently bending the right knee, lowering the hips down until you feel a stretch, maybe in the left inner thigh, on top of that left leg area. And again, you can hold on to whatever you need. And the depth at which you take this is completely up to you. And go ahead, push through that right heel, bringing yourself back up. We're going to switch to the other side. So we're bending into that left knee, keeping the right leg fairly straight, sinking the hips back until we feel that stretch in that right inner thigh. And go ahead, push through that left heel, standing up. We're going to just do one more cycle of that a little bit quicker. So we're going to sink into that right knee, hips back. The depth, again, your choice. We're just looking for that stretch and some movement and blood flow in this left leg. Push through that right heel, bring it up to the other side. So bending into that left knee. And push through that left heel, bringing yourself back up nice and tall. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to move into a squat. Now, if you're not super comfortable with squats, you can always keep your chair as a point of reference, okay? We're going to have our feet about shoulder width apart. If you have a little bit larger of a midsection, you can scoot the feet even farther apart to accommodate for that. So work with your body. When we squat, we're going to keep our chest up nice and tall, and we're going to pretend like we are sitting back into our chair. Drive up through the heels, standing up tall. Again, if you're not super comfortable with that, you can actually sit back into your chair and stand all the way up. We're going to do 8 of these, okay? Go ahead, get your foot stance comfortable. We're going to sink down, push through the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, you're doing great. 5, keep those heels on the ground. Push through the heels on the way up. 6, 7, last one. Push through those heels all the way up for 8. Good stuff. Take a quick breath. Shake it all out. Shake it all out. I'm going to move my chair out the way, but you may want to keep yours close. We're going to move into a single leg exercise, okay? We're going to start with our right leg. This is going to be a single leg deadlift. I'm going to demo, I'm going to talk through it, and then we're all going to do it together. We'll shift our weight onto our right leg, lower the torso down while raising the back leg until our back is nice and straight. And then we'll push through that right heel, standing up tall. Use the wall, use your desk, use your chair, whatever you need for a little extra balance, okay? We're going to do 4 of these on each side. So shift your weight onto your right foot. Keep a soft little bend in that right knee. We're going to lower the torso down so that back is nice and straight. Push through that right heel, drive yourself back up. 1, 2. You're doing good. I know this one's difficult. 3. I'm just trying to make sure I don't bonk my head on this wall. Last one. And 4. Shake out that right leg. Give it a little shake. Give it a little shake. You're doing fantastic. We're going to move on to this left leg. Okay. So you're going to shift the weight onto that left leg. We are lowering the torso down, bringing that right foot back behind us. Drive through that left heel, bring everything up nice and tall. Tap the foot. 1, 2. I gotta scoot forward. I'm kicking the walls. Good. 3. Last one here. You got it. You got it. Feel that glute squeeze, the back of your legs activate. And 4. Take a little breath. Be proud of yourself. Those are difficult. You're doing great. We're going to move into an RDL, which is a Romanian deadlift. It's a similar variation of what we just did, but with both legs on the ground. Both legs on the ground, I promise. I'm going to turn sideways. Our band is going to go right on the ground. Okay? Can you guys see that? Yeah. You're going to step on the band, feet shoulder width apart. Okay? An RDL is different than a squat because with an RDL or a deadlift, it's all in the hips. All in the hips. So when we initiate this movement, we have a soft bend in the knee. We sink the hips back, 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 back. Feel the stretch on the back of the leg. And then you're going to use the hips, pull everything back in, stand up tall. Push the hips down and back. We're going to go ahead, grab onto that band, and you're going to stand up tall. Push the hips back. Back is nice and straight. Stand up tall. We're going to do 4 of these, okay? Push the hips back like you're trying to touch the wall behind you with the glutes. Stand up tall. Push the hips back. Feel the stretch on the back side of your leg. Stand up tall. Push back. Stand up tall. We got 1 more, okay? Push those hips back. Push them back, touch that wall behind you. And use your glutes, squeeze everything in, stand up nice and tall. Gently release your band. I'm not responsible for it coming back and snapping you, so be careful. Give yourself a little round of applause or breath or a drink of water, honestly. You guys did fantastic. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more warm, a little bit more energized. And again, hopefully proud of yourself for taking the time out of your day to do this.